Alright guys, welcome back. We are watching Witch Hat Atelier Season 1, Episode 7. Last time was a pretty chill episode. We had some nice moments with Agot and kind of, I guess showing, the way she thinks about magic and what she has to do and her attitude towards it. The way she wants to do some real work, and that work has presented itself to her. We got a carriage that collapsed into a river from a bridge, like collapsing. I don't know. It sounds bad. And Agot wants to help, but I guess we'll see how that works out. I'm just concerned because I thing about Agot is I don't know if she will ever be able to live up to the standard that I think she wants to like hold herself, you know? So I'm curious how this is going to go. I mean, obviously, anything could happen. For all I know, we're going to be transported to a magical dragon labyrinth again. So, I don't know. Okay, we're watching episode 7. You can line your own copy up with this if you want to. We are starting in 3, 2, 1. That is a weird tree. That one's like bending to the side. Ooh. And we met Ulruki, of course. Okay, okay. Wow, she looks so determined, you know? Right. Oh, okay. She hasn't taken the second test, I see. Oh. Oh, man. She is so... So the second test, you aren't allowed to use magic in front of others. Like outsiders, I guess, unless you've taken the second test. Okay. Okay. Interesting that Orugio is willing to take her, huh? Oh, are you? I guess. Ooh, sure, sure. That's kind of like what Agot said, right? About dreams and reality. Yeah. She's like very unfair to herself, I suppose. So she holds herself to a very high standard. Ooh. Yeah. Rushing ahead. Interesting. That's like such a Coco thing, you know, like that idea of like being reckless and rushing ahead. Which I guess that's another that makes sense, right? The way Agot and Coco are pretty similar. Oh, that is not. Yeah, you don't want to fall in a river like that. That is for sure. Where is his son? Is he still in the carriage? Because, like, oh man. I mean, if he's not, if he's in that river, I don't know what we would possibly do to save him at this point. So, oh god. Hmm. No, Agat just continues to be the most interesting character to me. In a lot of ways. I just really, I'm just so intrigued by a lot of stuff about her, I guess. I just really want to see her open up in a way, I suppose. But I don't know if we're going to be there for a while, you know? Like, because she has to change. I think she has to change the way she feels about herself before she can change the way she feels about other people, you know? Because it's kind of all downstream from that, in my mind. Like, how could all of this go, right? Agot wants to help. She wants to do some kind of real work here, do something that actually helps the situation. What if she can't, or what if one of the other apprentices does? You know, what if they do better than her? All that's gonna do is make her act like this even more, you know? And if she fails, it's gonna make her act like this even more. I don't. And if she succeeds, then all that's doing is giving her positive feedback for the way she's been engaging with magic and thinking about it and all of that. So I don't know. I It just depends. It just depends on what her attitude will be and what actually happens, I guess. Who is magic for? That is a good question. Ooh. Oh, how it's like they're the first responders, you know? How does she feel about that? Oh, right, right. The thing Orugio used. Yeah, is she satisfied with that? Oh. Hmm. Sure, true. Interesting. Oh, she reacts so badly to it, though. Right, right. Oh, God. Is he? I don't know if that's fair. I don't know if he is, exactly. Oh, she's gonna want to yeah. Oh, to that person. What a face. Interesting. Okay. Really wants to prove herself, yeah. Oh, what the hell? What is this? It's okay. Oh, wow. It's very. I. True. You do not want to stand on the edge of a river that looks like this. Okay. Oh. Oh, God, that's so, like, visceral that. Oh, yeah. He did say that. He did say that. Hmm. That is interesting. Hating water. Oh, be careful. Oh, God, Kiefer is so cool. What the hell? Man. Is that it? Are we just done like that? Already did it. Nothing for Agot to do, huh? Oh, interesting. Oh, God. Yeah, right? I can't imagine. Oh, uh-oh. Where? Okay, okay, I was gonna say. Like, they disappeared again. Look at Agot. God. I mean, yeah, this thing is cool. The Rain Cleaver. Like, what the hell? Oh, yeah, I see. Kiefer's a Jesus, is what you're telling me? No. I see, I see. Okay, make sure no one else is... Yeah. Yeah, because, yeah, this river is, like, going crazy, right? There's no way it's normally this intense. Ooh, Agots and Coco. Oh, really? Okay. It's like, what does Agot think? Is she shocked that like Coco, the other apprentices, are like satisfied with that? You know, that they didn't do anything. It's like she wants to be different. That's it's Coco, girl. Come on, that's not it. I promise. It's okay. Oh, never been called that, huh? She just starts wandering off into the woods in a daze. Oh, is that? Oh no. What are we doing? Dude, we gotta stop. We gotta stop. Oh god. Please don't. Oh no. Yeah. Oh god. Oh no. Oh, what do we do? Is he? Oh god. I mean, yeah, right? God, like the silence, you know? Oh, 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 I see. Oh, but how is, yeah. Oh, God, okay. Oh, you gotta get up fast. Is he? Oh, no, okay. Yeah, the way he didn't even, like, yell or anything when it happens, like, you could tell he must have just got, like, knocked out right away. Oh, God. Oh. But she's not supposed to use magic in front of other people yet, right? Oh, that is such a... Ah, yeah, I, I suppose. Oh, that they were wrong about me. Oh, that smile. Oh, interesting. Like the expectations? Ooh, what is that? Okay. People in her past that... Oh, she's her daughter. I see. Oh. All these people that like, failed to meet their expectations, and that's why. Oh. Her family has no need. Ugh, abandoned by her own, like, parents, I guess, right? Ugh. Oh, well, it's so, like, that's always gonna flash in your head in a situation like this, right? Oh, but then how does she feel about Coco, right? Coco, who's in such a... Oh, what magic is for? It's not to prove yourself, right? It's to help others, I suppose. Right? That has to be the answer. Okay. I mean, what could we even do? Oh god. Don't get washed away, please. Oh, yeah. Oh, is it like on his legs? Oh, not again. Yeah. It's all on her. It is all on her. Oh no. God. I mean, this is it, right? Like, this is what she said she wanted, but it's such a... You have to... Oh, God. Oh. Aesthetes? What a voice. Keyfree, yeah. He looks interesting. He has a very, I don't know. Yeah, yeah. Okay, she got up, thank God. That thing. The ring? It's like, what? 'Cause she can't speak. Like, God. Yeah, can we... Okay, sure. What can you even do with those, though? Oh, okay, okay, sure. Does Coco know about, like, the rules surrounding all of this, though? Yeah. Oh, I see. Interesting. Hmm. Ooh. Just get them to look away, I guess. Right? I don't know, maybe. Arclam, I see. Sure, sounds good. Just distract them. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, I see, I see. Oh, God. Right, right. Oh, the light. Yeah. The spell she's been practicing. Oh, beautiful. With a bird. Even now, Coco's distracted by it. Yeah, come on. Okay, okay. Well, maybe. I mean, this is a giant rock. That is gonna be rough, but let's go for it. Yeah, this giant thing. Yeah. You need like a giant circle, right? Yeah. Can we like shatter the rock somehow, you know? But that, I mean, that would be dangerous, right? Oh, I guess. Oh, he is not doing good. Yeah. Ooh, interesting. Coco, I don't know if that's gonna cheer him up that much. Ooh, okay. What's the idea? Yeah. Yeah, right? Like, come on. Oh God. Oh, I don't think so, unfortunately. Ooh, it's true. Oh God. Oh, okay. What did Coco do? What did she use? She said, my friend's spell. I guess she put like a levitation thing on her cloak, right, to get up. But how did she get cuss this out from the rock? Oh, oh, that's so interesting. How Coco and Agot. It felt like they had like reversed roles, almost. Coco, what are you doing? We did it, I guess. But what happened? Yeah, right? Like what? Go look down there. What happened to the rock? Ooh, sand? Did she turn it into sand? The rock? Oh, okay, okay, there we go. Sure. I thought that'd be dangerous, because it might, like, shatter on top of, Kustas, you know? Okay, okay, sure. Oh, right. Interesting. That's such a important thing. Oh, but does Agot feel like she did anything, you know? She doesn't feel like it's enough, right? Oh, shut up. Oh, yeah. I mean, God, if he needs to put this kid, it's in timeout. Like, what does he keep doing? God. Oh, I hope. I hope that's possible. And it's like now we know Agot has this connection to her mom as well. That it's like she's lost her mom as well, in a sense, you know. Okay. The brimmed caps or what? I mean, I like silver white capture pennants. Oh, it is the Knights Morales. I see. Are they uh mad at us? Oh, yeah, in front of other people they think, right? Great. Of course, right. That is a crazy assumption to make. Like what? Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Oh, oh no. Like the entire thing turned into sands? Oh god. And she didn't realize what the spell she was drawing would do. Yeah. Oh, and this is like really bad. Well, I wonder, right? Like, ah, is it without violating a taboo? No way, right? Like, oh, punishment is oblivion. Really? Oh god. Oh my god. Okay. Oh no. Okay, so like what's going through my head is either there's the weird thing that the Brimcap like did to Coco, right? At the end of the Dragon Labyrinth stuff, right? They said they gave her like a gift or whatever, right? Um, could that have something to do with what happened here, with what made Coco's spell do this? Or or Coco literally just did not understand that the spell she was drawing would do that, I guess. But like if she just copied like the Wallbreaker spell that like Agat or Riche were drawing, then it wouldn't do this, right? Because that spell didn't do that at all, you know? It's also possible just something else. It's like a Brimcap somehow made this happen, you know, in some other way, some other kind of influence. Oh god. But it's that serious, huh? Oh, and then putting Coco in this position where she uh is being, you know, the Knights Morales are threatening her, and they're about to erase her memory. I mean, no way that's gonna happen, right? That would be ridiculous. That's very interesting, right? Maybe that serves the Brim Caps and however they want Coco to think about all of that, you know. The misgivings of the Knights Morales. That is a interesting title. Okay, we'll talk about the episode and the discussion. Okay, let's talk about the episode. Man, I got It's like everything I wanted in this episode, huh? Everything I've been saying for so long, like what I wanted. I just got it, which is like this Agot stuff. Like since Agot showed up, I've been talking about this, saying how I wanted so badly to like know why she feels like this, and it really it's very illuminating about a lot of stuff about her to me, and why she acts the way she does, why she treats herself the way she does, why she holds this standard for herself, and like what she sees in Coco, right? There's this connection between her and Coco, the way both of them have like lost their mothers, but like the difference between that, she it seems like she, right, whatever's going on with all of this, right, her we the idea, I suppose, is that her family is very powerful, very important, something like that. And Agot failed to meet the expectations of all of them for some reason, right? I mean, who knows what happened? I imagine whatever the situation is, this is awful, right? There's no way that your child should be held to these crazy standards, and if they fail to meet them, then you disown them and send them off to the Atelier. You know what I mean? Like that is ridiculous and awful, right? So I'm on Agot's side, obviously, in all of this, right? But whatever happened with all of that, she failed to meet some kind of expectations of the people around her. Her mother, I suppose specifically, whoever she is, someone very important, I guess just like abandoned her, just said, yeah, you weren't good enough, and then they've been separated since then. And Agot wants to prove herself, right? I guess the question is, do you think Agot wants to prove herself to just prove them wrong? Or do you think that she wants to prove herself to try and like reform that connection with her mother and everything? I mean, I kind of assume it's the latter, because that's a similar that's a further connection between her and Coco in a way, right? They're both like doing all of this for their mother in a sense. Obviously in Agot's case, like, yeah, it's her mom, it's her parents, and I think like, having a yeah, it's impossible to not have that feeling of wanting to have a connection with your parents, especially as a child, obviously, right? But yeah, I'm not very impressed with her parents, her mother specifically, I suppose, if she's the one who is driving all of this, like the solution to all of this in my mind, obviously for Agot would be she can't drive herself crazy and like work herself to the bone trying to meet all these expectations of the people around her. It's like if she thinks she has to work this hard in order to be good enough for like her mom to love her. I think that's not, that is not good, right? That's it's just such a rough thing because it's like it's so hard to break free from that, right? Like she's always gonna want that connection to her mother no matter what. There's no it's not just gonna be so easy for her to just say like, oh, I don't care. Like of course that's probably what drives her so crazy about Coco too, right? It's like think about Coco's situation, right? For her, Coco, in Agot's eyes and in a lot of people's eyes in a way, even in Coco's eyes herself, it's like her fault, right? What happened to her mom? She was messing with something she didn't understand. Her mom got crystallized, petrified, whatever. Uh, and that's what has separated them. So just think about from Agot's perspective how she sees that, how infuriating that has to be, right? This girl who froze her mom, put her into stone, and all of this. And it's like God, when Agot's working so hard, and all of this is downstream from her mother, and the way that the expectations that come from all of that, it's like, oh God, right? Like, yeah, yeah. It's like, I guess I do wonder, like, I feel like a good ending for all of this, for this struggle that Agot's having about expectations and everything. It can't just be. I was kind of saying this during like the opening, when I was rambling. Um, it can't just be for her to be like proven right. You know what I mean? Like, in terms of long term, for Agat to like be happy and stop feeling like this about herself and being like this forever, she can't just meet the expectations of everyone around her and get everything that she wanted and everything that she thought would come from that, because it seems like the expectations that she puts on herself and that she thinks are coming from other people, it feels like it's something that's so much bigger, like like when everyone, it's like all the like this scene, right? All these people around her, the expectations and stuff, they get to her so strongly, right? I think it's impossible. No matter what, she'll never be satisfied. She'll never be able to meet those expectations. She's scarred from it. She basically has PTSD from that whole idea, from whatever that inciting incident was back in her childhood, that she's like brought back to. when her mother said all that stuff to her. So in the long run, she can't just meet people's expectations. That can't be the solution here. You know, she has to somehow change her mindset, um, and not think that everyone is expecting all this stuff from her. Because obviously, Kefri's great, right? Kefri does not expect Agot to work herself to the bone and be the best witch of all time. And all of this, all of these expectations that Agot thinks the world has for her, and all of this, you know. Now, I we don't know her full situation, right? It could be very difficult, right? Like, for all we know, she comes from either royal family or something. Like, who knows? Some kind of very powerful, influential family, right? And she will never be able to escape those expectations and stuff, right? And that's kind of how it works, you know. Like, if you're the child of someone who's very powerful, very famous, has all these, is someone who's very influential or something, then you're never going to be able to escape those comparisons. You're never going to be able to escape that completely. So, like, what is the answer to all of that? What could change for Agot? How could she? I mean, no matter what, it's going to be rough, right? I don't have an easy solution for it at all. I have no idea, like, if anything, it's like thinking about Coco and how she's been like so hard on herself in terms of like what happened to her mom and everything, right? It's almost just Agot has that a lot worse. It's just for Agot, it's just that even more, because at least Coco actually did something. You know what I mean? Like Coco can forgive herself and make a difference and change something in terms of what happened to her mom and all of that. For Agot, all of these expectations that she thinks or very much are, I suppose, surrounding her and how good of a witch she's supposed to be and all of this. I don't think she'll ever be able to meet them. She'll never be able to live up to those expectations and everything. Because I think they're partially a lot of it's probably in her head, right? And the way that she perceives the way other people must feel about her. And then a lot of it's probably just literally is just very unfair, right? Like for sure. We don't know the situation. Again, it's like we don't know what happened here with all of this stuff. But whatever it was, I mean, it's how old is she here? Like, I don't know. She can't be very old, right? Um, Whatever it was, it had to be unfair. It just had to be. So in terms of reaching some kind of like understanding and reconciliation with your own actions in the past and stuff, I feel like Coco has an easier path towards that than Agot does if she continues to hold herself to this standard. So it's gonna be rough. I don't know. And I really like how in this episode too, how the way this solution was actually like figured out, right? I like how it's Coco that kind of like did it in a way. Agot is the one who put this big pretty bird in the sky and distracted everyone with her magic and all of this. It's a very like Coco thing to do. And Coco's the one who actually casted the spell that like saved the day. I think that's interesting. I just think that's interesting. Like can Agot be satisfied with that? Will she ever? Like, because Coco has this very positive attitude about it, this idea of like collaboration and magic and that kind of thing, learning from your friends, all of that, right? So obviously she's such a fairy tale, dreamlike view of this world and magic and everything. Like, of course, right? But will that ever be enough for Coco? I mean, for Agot, I, I don't know. I don't know. We got a long ways to go with her. Like God, I don't know. I don't know. God, she's so serious, She's so serious. So everyone ended up going to the accident site, not just Agot's. We learn here that the second test, so Agot's only taken the first test, same as Coco. Which one, it's kind of funny how just even more what Agot did with Coco, making her take the test. It's just even like sillier. Like it's come on, right? Like that's the same test that Agot took, right? Putting Coco on the same level as her. I guess that actually makes even more sense, right? Because in the eyes of like the society here and everything, Coco and Agot are both just witch apprentices who passed the same test. They're on like the same level. So it kind of makes even more sense why Agot was so pissed off when Coco actually did it. Because she can't imagine that. She totally felt like it like devalued all of the work she's put in and everything. She wants so badly for people to recognize the work she's put in and stuff. But it's never going to be enough for her. It's never going to be enough because she can't prove it to herself, right? She has to be happy with herself, which I think is like an impossible task, right? Considering again, it's like it all just comes from that horrible experience she had as a child and all of that, whatever led to this, right? That flashback. She'll never be happy with herself in that way if she continues to think of it like this. And then it's like I think the way that she perceives other people's expectations and stuff for her, it's also just unfair. So it's like she wants external validation so badly, but she's unwilling to take it, and it will never be like enough for her, you know? Yeah, yeah. So we learned the second test. Once you've taken the second test, is only when you're allowed to cast magic in front of others. Agot says later there's this whole strategy for it, like hiding your hands with your cloak and stuff, which she does, right? To make it so people don't know that magic is drawn with circles and stuff, right? Yeah, makes sense. Um, that's very interesting. I wonder what the second test is, you know? I wonder if the second test has something to do with that, you know? Because, like, once you take the second test, how does that actually make sure you're ready to be able to do that, you know? What if you take the second test and you pass it? It has nothing to do with casting magic in front of others, and you still suck at doing, like, that thing, hiding your hands and stuff, you know? I don't know. So I wonder if it does literally have something to do with that or not. I don't know. I was like, we know she's been practicing the light spell for the second test, so I just wonder, like, what is the purpose of that, you know? Like, and I love how we show her fingers so often. The same thing that she showed to Coco, right when right when Coco got here. That hard work that she puts in so much, you know. Um, it's so emblematic of how unfair I guess Agot is to herself, right? Like how she thinks the solution to all of these problems and everything is just for her to work as hard as humanly possible, and that's it, right? That it must be a her problem, right? The same way I have like this you know, uncertainty about blaming Coco, even for what happened to her mother and stuff. It just feels wrong to blame her exactly. Like even more so in this case, right? Like Agot's blaming herself for this, and it's like what she thinks she must have just not worked hard enough, right? Like that's what it all comes down to, you know. That if she just worked harder, if she had just, it's you know, it all would have been fine, you know. And that's why she's like this now. Ah, God, man. Shouldn't a master seek more opportunities for his apprentices to get experience? Like she's calling Kiefer out. It's so God. Kiefer's so level-headed and so perfect all the time, right? It's so like and that's just why like the in my mind the hidden darkness within him in a sense, which I don't know if that's really a thing, but like we've kind of gotten a couple ideas about that in a way. I don't really know what the specifics are in any way at all, but uh it's that's what makes it even more intriguing, right? It's like what is, you know, like I just wonder at the end of the episode here too, is Kiefer gonna show up while the Knights Morales are here, and like what is gonna happen, right? Like because I feel like Kiefer would lose his fucking mind if he sees what the Knights Morales are about to do to Coco, right? So it just kind of concerns me. I don't know. I don't know. Hmm. So Rugia will take Agot with him. I like Orugio. Orugio is very cool. I think he's, you know, despite what he said to Coco last time about not being their teacher, not, you know, not being the one who's here to teach them anything. I think I mean, just with what he said to Agot in this episode, especially, I think it's very, you know, just that question, like, what is magic for, right? I guess in my mind, magic is not for yourself. It's not a tool by which to prove your strength. It's not a tool by which to, you know, it's not a selfish thing. It shouldn't be, at least, right? It should be a collaborative thing, right? Like I guess just viewing it on like a, you know, like meta level in a way. It's like what is magic, right? Like representative of in the story. It's like this idea of in my mind, it's kind of like anything you like dedicate yourself to. I suppose the idea that anything can be magic, anything that you decide to throw yourself into and dedicate your time to is like magic in a way. The way that Kiefer said that like Coco knowing how to cut cloth so well was like real magic, right? Yeah, yeah. And I think what Orugio says about magic, or I guess the implication behind it, that magic isn't just for yourself. Yeah, that kind of has to be true in anything, right? I think the joy that you find in anything like that is from sharing it with other people and like that kind of, you know, that's what humans are, right? That's what we exist for. We're social. So, you know, like it's all about sharing it with other people and that kind of thing, you know. Yeah, yeah. And what Orugio says, there are things you can learn from experiencing reality too. That's very interesting because it makes me think of that line that Agot had a few episodes ago, when they were in like Tetia's cloud thing. And she said, like, enough about dreams. Let's talk about reality or whatever, right? Agot really thinks that's what she's doing. She thinks of herself to be someone who's facing like the harsh reality of all of this. And I think what she really does need, something that really would help her, in my mind, really is viewing things in a more like optimistic, fantastical way, the way that Coco does, Because I think she's so unfair to herself, and she's so yeah, yeah. She focuses not on the joy of what she's accomplished, but the frustration of things she can't do yet. Yeah, yeah, she is so it's impossible for her to ever be satisfied, because that will never go away. It doesn't matter how good she is at anything, how much progress she makes at all, right? Like this moment here, looking at her hand, all the ink splotches on it, marks of her hard work, and she clenches it. Like it's just God. She will never be happy like this, right? I guess that's kind of the first step, I guess, for her, is she needs to have something that she's done that she's proud of, right? Just there has to be something, right? The question is can she do that, right? Like no matter what, will she just undermine it like within her own head, no matter what she does? I don't know. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with being inexperienced, but in her haste to grow up, I fear she may take a wrong step. That's such an interesting thing because that's another connection between her and Coco, right? Like we've been through this with Coco. This idea of Coco recklessly, rushing forward to try and save her mother as quickly as possible, be good at magic as fast as she can. All of that, right? And it's like Agot, in a sense, is kind of doing the same thing, right? It's like she's missing out on so much, like just to talk about the small things, right? Just like in the last episode, all the moments where she was just off in the corner, not with everyone else as they were like doing fun stuff together, right? She's very much rushing forward in a sense. She's trying to, she's missing out on so much stuff because she can't slow down. She can't let herself slow down. The same way Coco was like ignoring the consequences of her actions and stuff back a couple episodes ago with the labyrinth stuff, chasing the brimmed cap, all of that, right? Yeah, yeah. Hmm. So here we are. This river is like crazy. This is not good. Like it must be. It's so much rain, I guess, right? Like yeah, yeah. Who is magic for? I love that episode title. That is such a good title. Because and it's interesting even more for Agat too, because it's like we know Coco finds so much joy from like magic, doing magic for other people, right? She was so happy seeing like the dragon lay on the bed and all of that, right? That's what she's here for, right? To like inspire people with magic the same way she was as a child, all of that, right? Um, but for Agat's, it's like all she cares about is like her own like evaluation of it, right? The way she feels like if it's like good enough or not. Everything she does involving magic, right? And I guess in a way like other people's like evaluation of it as well. But it's never has to do with like the actual thing that she's done to help someone, right? Like it feels like that idea of like what the magic is actually being done for, right? To help other people. It's like it barely even enters her idea of all of this. Like, yeah, yeah. The witches are here to save the day. Orugio gives her the rings to dry their clothes and stuff, right? She, of course, she's not satisfied with that. She has to do something big. I like what Origio has here, right? He has like this cloth stuff to set up the window way. It's like this cloth stuff that you like connect together to like form the circle. That's really cool. It's like a portable way to do it, I guess, right? So you don't have to draw it or anything. That makes sense. That makes sense. It's like a reusable circle, right? Yeah, yeah. I think simple tasks aren't worth doing, right? She's so trying to rush ahead so much, right? She has so much to learn still. You're too impatient. Yeah, yeah. And that like affects her so much because she sees that. She sees someone calling her impatient as saying, "Oh, you weren't good enough," right? Like it's because she just wants to say, "Oh, it wouldn't matter if I'm being impatient if I was just better, right? If I could just do it all anyway." then it'd be fine, right? It's like the only reason they're saying she's impatient is because, oh, she must not be good enough yet, right? Like that's how she takes it, you know? Yeah, yeah. You want to be useful here and now. Think carefully about what magic is for. Yeah, yeah. Treating me like an ignorant child again. But he's not. He's not at all, right? Like that is such an unfair way to see what he said, you know? Like, so hard to get through to her, isn't it? I work harder than anyone. You do, but it means nothing if I don't have something to show for it. Is that true? Is that true though? Right? Like, it doesn't matter how hard you work if other people like what don't recognize you as the best person ever, right? Like, no, right? Like, come on, right? God, she will never be satisfied if she always thinks of it like that, right? Like, man, I need to prove to that person as soon as possible. So who is that person? Her mother, right? Is that who it all? I mean, I kind of assume so. I'm a worthy witch. You know, I kind of assume that's it, right? It does seem like Agot is so like she's so tortured over all of this, right? That like if she's talking about that person being her mother, that is obviously a very like a way that really separates her from her mother, right? Something that really, you know, that's such a like disassociating word to use, right? If that's who she's talking about here, is proving herself to her mother, right? Which makes me wonder if all of this really is, you know, if she even has any illusions at this point of trying to like form a real connection with her mother, or if this is just more so like she wants to just prove herself and prove that they were wrong about her, you know? Like, could be really easy to fall into that too, right? Like, either way. I'm sure either way as well, she still does, no matter what, have that desire to have a connection with her mother. Of course, no matter what she did to her. I think that's almost unavoidable. Maybe, unfortunately, depending on how terrible your parents might be, right? Um, yeah, just oh, look at her eyes, right? So, oh, God. Anyway, Kiefer has this crazy ass sword. Like, what the hell is this? It's so fucking cool. Kiefer is Jesus. Apparently, he can part the Red Sea. Like, I love this shot. This like POV from him. You know how like God, just how it's so like scary. It's so like real. You know, like think about that. Standing in this river, without knowing that like somehow if your grip slipped or something, right, you would just be bowled over instantly and die from all this water, from it's 100 pounds of water hitting you instantly, you know, like, oh God, yeah. This is why I hate water, right? He did say that in the last episode, right? It's just interesting how he has all this water related stuff. That's like what he does, you know? He did the water dragon thing, he has the water sword, all of this, and yet he hates it. Yet he hates water, you know? But I mean, that kind of makes sense. If it's the thing you hate, having complete control over it, I mean, that's a pretty good way to maybe to get over that in a sense, you know, to feel better about that, you know? Yeah, yeah. We get the people out of the carriage, giving us some crazy shit. Like, oh man, and get a nice little high five from the two of them, huh? Good work. Work together, right? That is kind of that's I guess that's kind of the important thing about it, right? That high five kind of shows like the collaborative nature of it. And I guess literally what they did, it was very collaborative, you know? Whereas, you know, how does Agot think about that, you know? Yeah, yeah. Ah, this moment here, him hugging his son, right? I mean, God, but then his son immediately goes off and almost dies again. Like, you need to have a talk with this kid. Like, what's his name? Dagda, right? Yeah, Dagda and Kustas. Like, you need to have a talk with him, like, right now. Like, Jesus. God, we've been talking about all this stuff about parents, too, and that's interesting, isn't it? How, you know, this is all in pursuit of rescuing this guy's son and all of this, right? Reuniting a parent and child, which is a very personally meaningful thing for both Coco and Agot, right? That's very interesting, you know, how the thing that Agot's doing here in pursuit of her own, in a sense, reunion with her mother, or proving herself to her mother in some sense, is literally reuniting a parent and a child, right? I don't know. I don't know. Hmm. And this is so funny, right? Like how Kiefer has done such a terrible job of keeping an eye on all of his apprentices lately, and they're just all gone. Like I really thought they ran into the woods and they were gonna be doing something crazy again. Like God, I like how Agot's being like so like she's so shy about it. She doesn't want to show that she's interested in the crazy sword, you know? The Rain Cleaver. The pattern inscribed on the blade is made of casting seals. Yeah, there's a whole bunch that are like, they all have like links to them and stuff. Like this is interesting, right? How some of these, I don't know, there's a bunch of symbols we don't recognize, I guess, but like these, for example, aren't connected to like the main like sigil here, right? So how does that work, right? Is the casting circle itself almost like the blade because they're inscribed on the object, I wonder? I don't know. I don't know. Because, like, I would think that if you just draw, like, these symbols that in my mind are, like, modifiers in a way to, like, the main, like, sigil, right? Like, that's kind of how it is. I think, right? Then I would think if you just, like, drew these kinds of symbols that do something in relation to this, if they aren't actually part of the same circle, they, like, wouldn't do anything. But I wonder if because they're inscribed on the blade itself, that it's like the blade becomes the thing holding all of the magic, right? It becomes like the casting circle, basically, that surrounds all of this, you know? So all of this is like interlinked together because of that, you know? Maybe, maybe. This many seals, you can even carve a path through the ocean. Yeah, yeah. Magic cast on weapons requires the utmost caution. I am sure. I wonder what test you have to pass to be able to do that, huh? So we split up. Kifri and Orugia go off to different ends of the river to go check, which like is a very yeah, it makes sense, right? This river is like insane. I can't imagine. There's probably a lot of damage other places too. God, Agot is so I like come on, like calm down. I feel so like her attitude towards others, right? Like her attitude towards Coco, her attitude towards everyone. This like withdrawn like the way she is like right here, right? She turns her head away, all of this. It's very right. Um I think it's like fear, right? She's afraid of connection to others because she thinks everyone should just let them down, right? Like no matter what, right? Like even in a situation like this with Coco here, I think she is thinking that Coco, like, what, must be thinking down on her, must be, like her thoughts automatically go to that, like, no matter what, right? And that's why she is so afraid to have any kind of connection with someone at all, right? That's why, God, she doesn't even want to be called Coco's friend or anything, because connection to her, anything like that, is just it's scary, right? It's terrifying because she thinks just like in the past, just like before, all she's going to do is let everyone down, and she doesn't want to experience that like pain again. She doesn't want to feel that again, right? Yeah, yeah. So it really comes from like this place of lack of like self-confidence for her, which like leads to her like putting down others too, because it's like she in her mind is responding to like these imagined attacks that she thinks are always coming from other people in a way, The because it's like she just thinks that's how the world works. She thinks that's how like everyone feels, It's like that idea like judging her basically, and she kind of judges other people in turn. Yeah, yeah. Or with like Coco, she thinks Coco's just like naive, right? She just thinks Coco just doesn't get it, that that's how it is. God, Coco, I promise you it's not the sylph shoes. I promise you that has nothing to do with it. It's like, come on. God. The Coco gets called a witch. She's very, very happy about that, finally. And Kustas is climbing down here again. Like, it's come on, kid. We can't be doing this. Like, oh man. Like, no way. God. And it's just Agot and Coco who have to do this. Uh, for a second, Agot thinks Coco was like buried, which like I imagine if that happened, right? How would Agot like? I don't even know. Like she would. Oh God, she would blame herself for it. It would be terrible. Like it's like Jesus Christ. I mean, she's fine. It's not good, but oh God, he's got to be injured. Like right, like this giant rock is on him. I just Oh God. And you aren't allowed to use healing magic, right? That's what Kiefer said. So like, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen to this kid. Oh, So here we, yeah, here it begins, right? These expectations, right? It's like this is Agat's moment right here. This is what she's been waiting for in a way, but it's so impossible to like meet that moment because of what it like means for her emotionally and everything. You know, it's so like, it's like what she thinks she's been waiting for is this chance, but it's just like impossible, right? Like, oh God, yeah, yeah. So we get all of these. So we get this flashback, all these voices, right? All these things people have said about her, which it feels like to me it's all related to like some specific inciting incident, right? Something, some moment in the past where she was supposed to prove herself and she failed, right? All these people like judging her for it, I suppose, right? That's what it seems like. Not bad, but she's average. I'd hardly believe she's her daughter. When someone has talent, you can tell by this age. Ooh, such an unfair thing to say to someone who's like, how young would she have been back then, right? Like 9 or something, right? Like ridiculous, right? Like, oh God. What do you think Agot thinks about that idea of talent too? Because she works herself to the bone. She works so hard, right? Like, I wonder what she thinks about that idea of talent, you know, the like an inherent ability, right? She even practicing, you know, that's why she throws herself into it so much, right? Like, God, such high hopes, but you disappointed me. I won't take you on as an apprentice. Our family has no need for someone with no talent. Ugh, God, yeah. Why do I have to remember that now? Well, it's always gonna be with you in a way. It's gonna be so hard to, yeah, yeah. I don't know. So I do wonder if the person speaking here, um, for some reason, I just assumed this was like her mother or something, right? But I wonder if her mother actually has anything to do with this. You know, like I'm making a lot of assumptions about all of this, obviously, but like I wonder if her mother actually has anything to do with this at all, in terms of like what actually happened here, right? Obviously, either way, Agot was shipped off to the Atelier or whatever, right? So, I kind of I guess I've just been assuming that like her parents, her mother especially, have some part in all of this and the way that Agot feels, but like maybe not, right? Maybe I'm just assuming things there, right? Like it's possible that it's more so that Agot just assumes that that's how her parents, that's how her mother, that's how people must feel about her, and maybe they don't, right? Like maybe, you know, maybe it's just all of the expectations on her from who she is and who she's the daughter of and all of that, and it doesn't actually come from her mother or her parents specifically at all, right? Like that kind of makes sense. But this line saying our family has no need for someone with no talent, you know, it makes me think this has to be someone in the family, of course. So I just kind of assumed it was her mother or someone directly adjacent to that, but maybe not, right? Maybe not. Maybe I'm being too hasty with that, right? Who knows, right? No reason to assume that that's what's going on here, right? Yeah, yeah. Anyway, Coco wakes Agot up. It's very interesting, right? When Coco hasn't like given up like this, you know, and Agot seems to find like some resolve through that, you know, seeing that Coco hasn't just I like given up and failed to meet the moment, you know. Think carefully about what magic is for. Saving other people, right? It's for other people, you know? And here we go. We begin our rescue mission. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. So and God, and the real problem here too is all the people, right? Can she not just be like, yeah, you guys can't watch me cast magic, right? Because that's kind of what Kiefer did. That's what Kiefer did with Coco in like episode 1, was like, as you know, Coco, sit outside, make sure no one sees me cast magic. So it's known that you aren't allowed to watch a witch cast magic. So I feel like that could just be what they do here. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. So Easthes, is that how you pronounce it, or Easthes? I'm not sure exactly if it's a hard T or a soft T. Um, Members of the Knights Morales, so we're in like the Knights Morales place. We have like these like scales, I guess. That's certainly how the Knights Morales view themselves, right? Or like the arbiters of justice, the judgment, I suppose, right? We see how quick and how hasty they are to immediately you know, enact that judgment at the end of the episode, huh? Oops, I just unfull screened. Um, yeah, yeah. He has such a like a sharp gaze, you know? Hmm. situation is utterly dire, but she hasn't given up. Yeah, which like you can't help but feel like that Agot will like just be too hard on herself in terms of that every time Coco does something impressive. But like, oh well, oh well, whatever, whatever. The thing, the rings, right? So Coco can dry out her paper so she could draw. Yeah, very cool, very cool. Good idea. There's a very specific way. Yeah, you have to hide your fingers and all of that. So Agot distracts them, show them, the light spell, all that practice, so that I wouldn't be afraid when it was time to act. Ah, but it's so hard. It's so hard, right? Even if Coco can't do it, I can. Oh, and I like how it's a bird too. It makes me think of in the last episode when like the bird was flying around her magic and stuff, and it felt like Coco. I mean, Agot thought for a second about like what Coco said about like making people, making other things, even like birds and dragons, happy with your magic, right? Yeah, yeah. So Coco wants to levitate it, but like no way, right? Like Jesus. So she uses the like wall breaker, right? To break it. Which I was worried about that because I was worried about it like shattering and like part of it falling on top of his head or something. But no, it just turns it to sand like instantly. It's obviously we got more problems than that with the spell that Coco casts, unfortunately. God, all these people like yelling at Agot about this. I mean, obviously it's a horrible situation, so I get it. But like it's just those expectations, get to her so much. Oh, but Coco did it. Thank God. She can't get down. So in a sense, Coco's kind of the one who saved the day, and I just wonder in the long run how Agot will feel about that. Obviously, we have more going on than just that, right? Like with what happened at the end here, it'll be a little bit before we think about any of that, I guess. Hmm. Yeah, I wonder if Coco just like remembered the seal, right? It's not that complicated to remember. Or if she's just like if she just knows it as well, I guess. Hmm. There we go. That's such a like a good moment for Coco, right? Like, yeah, yeah. I wasn't just doing it for you. And when are we friends? Like, God, shut up. Like, come on. And we see that they have reunited, which for both of them, just that idea of a child reuniting with their parent, like how meaningful that is, right? Yeah, yeah. I hope we can save her mother. I just don't know if we can. I wonder. I wonder. Anyway, the Knights Morales are here to kill us, essentially, right? Like, I mean, erasing your memories completely is basically killing you, right? Like, what is the difference, really, right? Like, your memories basically are who you are, right? So, like, they're pretty much just giving you the death penalty. Um, it's crazy, right? It's in my mind, it really is just like insane. The thing, the how hasty they are, how ridiculous this is, right? They just see these two like 10-year-olds and they're like, yeah, let's erase their memories, right? They must be working with the brimmed caps. Like, ridiculous. They're so paranoid. They're so like or insane, right? Like, I still don't know what to think about the whole situation with the brim caps and everything. Um, it's God, I don't know. It seems like to me, like the brim caps are doing the bad stuff, like for sure, right? Like giving Coco the spell that like destroyed her house and killed her mom and shit is like crazy, right? Like what the hell? If their goal is to just spread magic to people and end the day of the pact stuff and everything, they're going about it in a terrible, ridiculous, insane way, right? So they definitely have more goals besides just that, right? Um, but at the same time, it's not like just because they're the enemy here that this whole Knights Morales situation and the actual society that we exist in with the Day of the Pack stuff and everything is actually good either, right? Like, no. Like, there's no way, right? I don't know. I don't know. The Knights Morales, indeed. Oh, God. So the spell that Coco used, yeah, they're just immediately like, which of you is collaborating with the Brim Caps? Like, what the hell are you talking about, man? Like, I do think it's interesting that Agot has her hat on here and Coco doesn't. And it's like when she's saying all of this, Coco's like out of frame. Because Agot is much more like firmly part of this world and part of this society this whole witch society stuff than Coco is, right? Coco does have these links to the brimmed caps in a weird way, you know? I just think that's, you know, yeah, yeah. So the spell Coco used is turning everything into sand everywhere forever, which is, like, yeah, ridiculous. So is this the gift that the brimmed cap gave her after the Dragon Labyrinth stuff, right? They said they would teach her something that Kefri wouldn't, or whatever, right? Maybe they did something to her that made her magic do this. Like, I don't know, right? Did something to the, like, ink that she had or something? I have no idea, because it's like what Kefri said about analyzing the ink that the brim cap used. There's something about ink too, right? That has some kind of effect on magic or something, right? Like different kinds of it, I guess. Or this could just be a setup, right? Like there could be a brimmed cap somewhere hiding in the bushes that made this happen, made them think that Coco did this. Now, if the brim caps, we know Coco's very important to the brim caps. If their goal is to turn her against the Knights Morales, turn her against the society with the witches and everything, right? Then this is maybe a pretty good way to do that. They're putting her on the bad side of the Knights Morales right away, and they're showing her like the consequences and all of this, trying to show her how unfair it is, maybe, and all of that, you know? Probably, right? Like, that's definitely the purpose of this, like for sure. Like no matter what, is to have this happen to Coco. Right now, they don't want Coco's memories to be erased, though. If that actually happened, I don't think the Brimcaps would like that. Because she's important to them for some reason, right? But I think they're definitely trying to shape her worldview and shape the way she thinks about the Knights Morales and the way she thinks about the society and everything, you know, and that's their goal here. So I don't know. I mean, I don't fucking like this guy. I don't like the Knights Morales. I don't like any of this. This can't. An apprentice like you couldn't have drawn a spell of this size without violating a taboo. Time to die. Like, I mean, the laws of the Day of the Pact are inviolable. Your punishment is oblivion. Like, what the hell? Right? Like, ridiculous. That is insane. You know, no, just instantly time to erase your memories. I'm the judge, jury, and executioner. It's over. You know, like crazy. You know how unfair that is, right? What the hell is this thing, right? This weird symbol on it. Looks like an eye. It looks like the mask that brimmed cap person has that keeps messing with Coco, right? That's, for one, that's kind of that's interesting, you know. Obviously, it's just kind of a circle. It's just like concentric circles, I guess. So it's, you know, maybe it doesn't mean anything. What the hell are we gonna do? Kiefer needs to show up and start doing something. Like, I don't know. No way memories are gonna be erased, obviously. That would be, it's insane. Unless we can erase them and then restore them. It's, I don't know. I don't know, right? How would Agot feel if Coco's memories got erased, right? If that actually did happen, like, oh my god, I just can't even imagine. It would be terrible. Everything would be over forever. That's kind of that's my summary of it. So, well, I'm terrified. Our next episode is called "The Misgivings of the Knights Morales," which sounds pretty accurate to me. This is not a perfect system. No system is perfect, especially not one like this. So, oh god. Well, that is quite the cliffhanger to leave us off on, huh? I wish I could see the rest. Man, I'm sad that we're already like, oh, we're nearing the end, aren't we? We have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 5 episodes left. I guess that's a few, right? Like it's a decent number, but I'm gonna be so sad when this is done. I wanna watch this forever. But like, oh well, whatever. Okay, I suppose that's it. So if you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think, and I will see you in the next one.